Okay, the Game Awards was certainly surprising this year. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Now, obviously, I watched the Game Awards last night and I have a lot of different thoughts that I wanted to get into in this video. I wanted to make a very quick video and talk about a lot of my thoughts and stuff like that. Yes, I am still working on a bunch of videos, like the Nightmare Before Christmas video and a bunch of other stuff, but I wanted to talk about the Game Awards because I did watch it last night and I have a lot of thoughts, and there was a few reveals that actually had me excited. So yeah, let's get into that in this video. Now, kicking things off, I am very excited and very happy for the team at Camouflage who won the award for the best VR game. Arkham Shadows really deserved it, and I was a bit worried that they weren't going to get it, but I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. And I'm so happy to report that they did. Congrats to Ryan Payton and all the guys over at Camouflage and women. You guys deserve it. This game was amazing, even though I haven't got to play it, but I've seen a lot of the footage, I've watched it, and it's so cool. You guys did the impossible, and you guys deserve all the thanks for it. Congratulations are in order to you guys for doing the impossible and making this amazing game with a very cool story that I won't spoil for those who haven't played it, but it is awesome. I haven't played it myself, but I've seen a lot of the stuff, and it's just so cool, and you guys deserve all the thanks. But, yeah, it has Elijah Wood as freaking Scarecrow. Who could not be excited, you know? So, yeah, enough shilling for the game, enough simping. I just really think it's awesome. So, yeah, let's actually get into my thoughts for the Game Awards. Now, the Game Awards is usually one of those shows where I really am 50-50. Also, you guys translated, by the way, Arkham to VR, which you think is impossible. Somehow, these motherfuckers did it in spades, so they deserve all the thank yous, and they deserve all the thanks and congrats. Yes, I know I sound like a simp, and I sound like a lot of things, but they deserve it. But yeah. Let's actually get into the Game Awards. Let's actually get into the point of this video. I'm beating around the bush too much. This is unscripted, so it's just my base thoughts. Oh, my apologies. Now, usually these events really don't go, don't do much for me. They don't reveal too much that I really enjoy. They kind of, like Jeff Keighley events are Jeff Keighley. Like, if you go in those with high expectations, you're gonna get disappointed real fast. But they did have some cool musical stuff like Snoop Dogg and 21 Pilots. But they also revealed something for Borderlands. Now, I'm not really a big Borderlands fan, but I do have friends that really enjoy this franchise and they love it. So for them, they were kind of excited. I'm betting they were. But for me, I'm not really a big Borderlands person, so Borderlands 4 was announced, which, cool, you know, I'm not gonna hate on it, but, like, it's just not my cup of tea. But I might play it and try it out if it's actually good, but I never really got on the idea of it. Now, they also had a surprise, like, not on the bingo card type of reveal, which was a different Pac-Man game. Okay, this one actually caught me off guard because this is like a different take on Pac-Man. Now, if you guys have played any arcade games, an evil Pac-Man game was really not on the agenda of thinking of what we were going to get for the Game Awards. Like an evil Pac-Man. So yeah, that was surprising. They also had another game which caught my eye, but I really just, it was 50-50. It gave me some like Horizon vibes in some aspects. It was a pretty unique style of game, not gonna lie. But it was like, I've kind of seen this type of stuff before. It had some unique stuff to it. Like, you can, like, change skins. You had some unique gunplay and, like, using arrows and stuff like that. But, like, I was kind of, like, 50-50. Now, you did have one Capcom reveal. It was a franchise I'm not familiar with. And it does look pretty cool. And if you know me, I love Capcom. Like, you can see my remaking ideas for Devil May Cry, and you can tell. So this one was actually pretty interesting, and I was like, okay, I see what you're putting down. But then we get to the big one. Now, this game actually really caught my eye during the show. There was a few reveals that were like, okay, it was a bit boring at points, but it was like, this one really caught my eye. And that was by the people who did It Takes Two. Now, that is a game that I haven't gotten to play, but I've seen a lot of footage of it. and it was relatively fun looking, but I never actually gotten the chance to play it. It Takes Two is a good one, but the game director of this one, he cusses, he's cool, he's like an all-around wholesome guy, and he named the characters after his daughters, which was surprising. And this game is called Split Fiction. Now, this one really caught my eye during the show, and I'm going to sound like a simp throughout this part of the video, but this one really honestly had two elements. Like, it checked all my boxes, and it comes out this March. And it's a two-player game, and you play as two writers who actually get stuck in a VR world, and they have to get out, but they're going through their stories in some aspects. So one writes sci-fi, the other writes fantasy. And this was relatively interesting because you have two different genres, and you have two different people. And you have a bunch of like puzzles and these different magical worlds, and the graphics and the art of the game looks amazing. Like, I'm just gonna sound like a simp for this game, I'm sorry, but this game looks amazing. It has puzzles, it has two different genres that I really enjoy. And as an artist, I'm kind of relate to the concept of someone trying to steal your work and stuff like that. But like, this really took it to a whole new level of being just plain and simple awesome. So you play as like Zoe, and I can't remember the other character's name. And you're going through this like different like hallucination, like VR world. And you're going through like these different genres. So like, you have your fantasy and you have your sci-fi. And it looks cool. Like, it has some Blade Runner Tron influence, which really was awesome. And some Lord of the Rings and other stuff for like fantasy. And like, the world and level design looks badass. It looks awesome. Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat how cool this looks. Now, it's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but for me, it checked off all my boxes for like level design, worlds, puzzles, concept. Hell, you can play with like two different dragons. They have two different abilities, and it gave me some How to Train Your Dragon vibes. And as you go through that level, they get bigger, and they have different puzzles and different like stuff that you can do separately. And then when they get really big, you can actually ride them, which pulled all the How to Train Your Dragon vibes, and it was just so cool. And you have other different levels that they show in the announcement trailer, where I was like, I just had my jaw to the ground because of how cool this was. Like, it had Tron type of influence, some Blade Runner, some different sci-fi stuff, and it was like Mission Impossible. And then there was like a funny moment with you're playing two pigs and they turn into like hot dogs, which is a dark, comical joke. So yeah, for me, this game really stole the show for me. I actually really enjoyed it because of the concept and also just the way it was presented, and it's coming out relatively soon, around the same time as actually my sister's birthday. So it might be a game I try to play with her sometime, or maybe even play by myself if I can find someone to play it with me. But this game actually stole the show. It looks relatively interesting. So let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below, or any of the other reveals. And yeah, I know there's some people that are going to complain because there was also a Witcher reveal, which is a franchise I don't know nothing about. Don't care. Not going to lie, just don't care. And then you had Capcom near the end of not Capcom, freaking Naughty Dog near the end of the show revealed their new IP. After, funny enough, they've already revealed that they're remaking The Last of Us Part 2, which, why? Why? It looks interesting, sci-fi, space adventure type game. Cool, I guess. No gameplay, like we get a hint of it, but we really don't get to see it. But like, I'm 50-50 on Naughty Dog recently, so I can't really say too much. But yeah, looked cool. But most of my thoughts on the show were, it was a bit of a mixed bag, and that's typical of Jeff Keighley, It looked cool. There was a lot of games that were interesting. Nothing big. Like, I didn't go into the showcase or like the awards going in and thinking, oh, we're gonna get Wolverine, we're gonna get God of War, we're gonna get this, we're gonna get that. I was like, no, we're not gonna get that. I didn't have those big expectations. Like, I joked around about it, but like, I didn't think we were ever gonna get them. But I did think we were going to probably get some cool ones. And we did. Let me know your thoughts on the Game Awards in the comments down below. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.